yeah. All right, folks, let's give Dad a big round of applause.
The first thing I'd like to say is, isn't Ashley just breathtakingly beautiful? I mean, we've waited a long time to officially call her our daughter, and this day has come, and we couldn't be more thrilled. And I'll say something about the Monahan boys. You can say what you want about us, but we capture and contain these beautiful women, and for whatever reason, they stay with us. We don't know why, but it's pretty awesome. God bless. You know, when they asked me to make the toast, they know I have a penchant for never say in 10 words what you can say in 10,000. So they were all nervous, and I said, well, you're going to give me the mic, I'm going to have control of the situation, and we do have the facility for 5-6 hours? I'll be able to get it in. But my wife, who's particularly concerned about that, said, listen, you got to keep this tight. So I did what we always do. I go to Google and say, what's the normal amount of time to offer one of these toasts? And I was pleased to hear it was 69 minutes. And so I said, I can do that. And my wife, who was sitting on the couch behind me, said, do what? I said, Ashley and Pat asked to give the toast, and I checked with the technological oracle that we all turn to when we need a question answered, and Google said 6 to 9 minutes. So she jumped off the couch, ran over to the computer, smacked me, and said, put your glasses on, dumbass. There's a dash between that 6 and 9. I mean, that made this exponentially more difficult. But I'll do the best I can. So here we are. Linda Ellis once wrote a poem called The Dash. It's really a beautiful poem. She was inspired going through a cemetery, not to bring the mood down, but it was beautiful. It was beautiful. The poem, inspired by a walk through the cemetery, recognized the birth date, inserted dash, followed by the date of death. And she recognized that dash represents the time we spend on life together. And what a beautiful weekend to get married. We're on an Easter weekend where we have Easter eggs and all the beautiful little moments of life that they give us, like the fact that we get to share this together as a unity of a family and friends to look at this blessed couple. So those are really important, to look at those Easter eggs and to make certain we keep them. So I wrote what I hope to become the next Irish proverb, and it goes like this. Go out and find those Easter eggs, whether hidden or plain sight. You'll find them in the day, and you'll find them in the night. Get along now on this journey, because it represents your dash. And with that, we all now pray for both Patrick and for Ash. Salatcha.
Great job, Dad. Come on, make some noise for him.
And who's up?
All right, next, let's welcome up Alex. Nobody likes Alex? Give him a round, come on.
That's okay. It's on again. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Alex. Pat and I have known each other since freshman year of college, going on about 13 years now. Whoa. I'm honored that Pat asked me to be his best man, but it makes sense. I've been bailing him out for the past 10 years. It's been pretty mutual for the most part. I wanted to take this opportunity today to share with you all one of the recent bailouts I helped Pat with. And by that, I mean planning his entire proposal. Look, everyone knows that Pat proposed on top of Cadillac Mountain in Acadia, but what you may not know is the how. A group of us went camping at the end of the season last fall. Pat tells me a couple days before the trip he's planning on popping the question. Me thinking he's got the whole thing laid out. I was a little surprised to hear out his initial plan. Man, was I wrong. He knew the spot, which was good, and he knew he had to bring the ring. But that's where it ended. So it's 10 a.m. the morning of September 24th. Pat pulls me aside and tells me, today's the day. Here's the problem with that. We're in the middle of the woods. And no girl wants proposal pictures taken midway through camping in the woods, especially following a grueling hike up to the top of the mountain. So knowing that Pat hadn't considered this, I somehow get on my phone with a single bar of service and, by some stroke of luck, secure a time slot to drive up Cadillac Mountain. Ashley, I know how much you love hiking, but I think we picked right. While we were on the top of the cliffs of Cadillac Mountain, I made an observation about Ashley that I think was reaffirmed today. I'm fairly certain that despite Ashley's year-round sweater-wearing behaviors, I think she secretly loves the cold. A couple facts behind this. They were engaged in the cold. Our last planned group trip to Ireland was in the cold. Just got married today in the cold. What's your plan for your tropical honeymoon? A quick trip to the Arctic? Look, honeymoon aside, Ashley, I want to talk about your groom for a minute. Oh, no, it's right. Pat, you're one of the most stubborn people I know. But you're also one of the most reliable and supportive friends that I have. Literally, if I call him at any time, he'd be willing to help out. One example to support this. I had this vacation planned when I was really excited to go on, but my boss at the time called me and said he needed some help. My vacation was in jeopardy of being canceled. Pat had just come home from California, to the cold. I called him up, he dropped everything and helped cover for the 2 weeks so that I could still take this trip. He's just that kind of guy. But with that being said, he's going to make you pay for it with endless banter and harassment. After he covered me for those 2 weeks, the payback would be that my boss would actually hire him to work alongside me full time. And that translated to a 40-hour minimum exposure to Pat's bullshit. He would constantly push my buttons and test my last nerve. But in the end, it was all worth it because I got to travel with one of my best friends. Look, I've always held the thought of you should marry your best friend. And Pat, I hate to admit it, but you're just not my type. Thankfully, Ashley came along and saved me from a lifelong commitment to being married to Patrick. You're the real best friend he was looking for. You're incredibly sassy. Don't take crap from no one. Napoleon Complex balances out Pat in a way that no one else ever could. And Ashley, I think you knew right from the beginning. Who else would have conscience to move to California after only 3 months of dating? Clearly you knew what you were getting yourself into. And to reaffirm that, following California, you guys moved into the basement. Now, for those of you who don't know, Pat's parents decided an in-law apartment in their basement, for which they subject all of their children and their fiancés to as their final psychological test prior to their wedding day. Clearly, you both passed the test. And to that, I'd like to make a toast to that. Ashley and Patrick, this is hard to do with one hand. Ashley and Patrick, I wish you all the best as husband and wife. I hope you always remember that you have each other's best, that you are each other's best friends. I couldn't be happier. Cheers. Cheers.
Great job. Giving them up. Alex, everybody. Come on, give him some love. That was right from the heart.
I'm ready to pass the torch.
All right, let's bring up Nicole. Come on. Come on, give her some love.
Okay, so there's definitely not a lot of people I would stand up for. But Ashley, I'll do it for you. And She gave me no choice. So I'm Nicole. Ashley and I have been friends for 18 years, I think. So there's many things our friendship has gone through. Middle school dances, high school graduation, to being roommates, and now Auntie Smash, to my babies. And now, most important, her wedding day. The day has finally come where I get to see my best friend start a new chapter of her life, and I couldn't be more excited. Thank you, everyone, for coming out and celebrating such an important day for both of them. May life bring you a lot of laughter, adventures, preferably in the warmth, and a lot of babies, please. I did it. Who's next?
Great job. Have babies.
Yes, a lot of them. A lot of them.
All right, let's bring up Christina. Christina! She's flying in.
Hi. Where do I stand? Where do I stand? Right here? Wait, I need to take a photo of them really quick. Okay. I got the Digicam from Amazon for tonight. Hold that. All right. If you don't know me, I'm Christina. Hi. I'm Pat's cousin and Ashley's sister that she didn't really want, but she got during COVID because I ended up living with them. She stuck with me forever. And now I'm her bridesmaid. I don't really know how that happened, but it's okay. It was kind of forced. I want to thank everyone for being here. It's great. Everyone who made this happen. Jean, like, you know. Patrick's really picky. The bridesmaid dresses, like, props. Literally props to Ashley so much because he's really picky. Applause for Jean and Ashley's mom and everyone else who, can we clap, please? Thank you. I have never really seen Ashley look this good. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, literally get you a girl that can do both because Ashley is like full gym rat and then look at her right now. Like, that's pretty crazy. As the youngest grandchild on Patrick's side, it actually means so much to me to see everyone come back together. It's my favorite thing to see the whole family come together and Ashley's side of the family. Like, there's so many people here. This has been a long-awaited event, you know? It's been a long time. You did your best, yeah, it's okay. But all jokes aside, okay, Pat's a great guy, okay? Very, very, very lucky to have Ashley by his side. When I was little, I actually looked up to Patrick. I did. Because I thought I was similar to him, and like I could relate to him, you know the vibe. But if I could go back and tell that little me that I, was in Patrick's wedding, she would literally be like, "Oh my God, you're so cool! No way! Like you actually speak at family gatherings? There's no way! Like that's wild." Okay, I literally do love you like a brother. You've meant so much to me. You've done so much for me and always been there for me, and I 100% appreciate that. Want you to know that for sure. Okay. And, of course, the bride, Ashley. All jokes aside again, I'm beyond thankful for you. You have done so much for me. When we met, I was really afraid of you. I actually thought you were going to kill me. It was like Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, and I was sitting next to her, and I was like, who is this girl? I'm so scared Patrick's girlfriend's going to kill me. But then we started talking, and of course, like I literally lived in the same house with you. You ended up having my back from day one, always having my back, being one of the people I most trusted and now one of my best friends. And I also have never seen Patrick so not tough guy, which is like crazy to me. Like, I knew you guys were perfect for each other, like watching you interact and actually seeing Pat like put his guard down. He's actually in love with you. Like he's literally obsessed with you. That's like crazy to me. It does warm my heart. It does warm my heart. Okay, so I'm talking longer than Ashley expected. So let me wrap this up really quick. This might sound really cheesy, but honestly, I didn't know if soulmates really existed until I watched Pat and Ash grow their relationship. They're a perfect match, and I know everyone in this room agrees. Yeah, pretty much. May your marriage be as beautiful as this day, as strong as your love for each other, and as everlasting as the memories you guys create. And now, everyone, drink up. Take a drink right now. Drink up.
Christina! Great job.
Where's Matthew?
She travels, everybody. All right, we're going to close out with Matt, everybody. Woo!
Where do I stand? Right here? Right here is good? Yeah, that's a good point. Howdy, everyone. How y'all doing tonight? All right, a little more. Let's go. A little bit more. All right, whatever. You guys are weak. Whatever. It's fine. All right. Can I get a little round of applause for these two newlyweds right here? Yeah? Yeah, so none of you are in your underwear, making this much harder for me. But if you guys don't know, I am Ashley's brother-in-law, Matt. Pat, Ashley, I'd like to thank you for allowing me to be up here, helping you celebrate today. It means a lot to me. Today has been amazing, and I couldn't be happier for the two of you. That's like the nicest thing in the speech. Pat, I do appreciate you making me the co-best man. It is nice having a little competition. I do love winning, though. Now, Pat has been my brother for the better part of a decade now. And through all those years, we've definitely had some brotherly moments, as any good brothers do. I stop him from doing stupid stuff. He stops me. I help him do stupid stuff. He helps me. Now, I had a few stories come to mind when I was writing this. I'm not going to go into detail on all of them because that would take way too long. I'll give you some cliff notes and let your imaginations run. The very first one that came to mind was when I was in his Mustang. I had my paper license for about a week. And we'll leave it at that. My parents definitely don't know about that situation. The second was when Pat stopped me going down my driveway with a big metal ladle. That would have been bad for me. The third was when our really cool neighbor threw a snowball in my face. I cried. Pat helped me out. Thanks again for that. The fourth was when we had a nice family party and Pat decided to throw my mattress out the window because I probably pissed him off a little bit. I don't know. Since I only have a couple minutes up here and all those stories would take a bit more to explain, let's just move on to the best one. It happened in 2007. Yeah. Pat and I shared a bedroom. Pat got the window side of the room. That's important. So, in September, a new movie came out, and Pat decided to go to the premiere. The movie was called Paranormal Activity. Ooh. Now, I'm sure most of you have seen it or heard of it. But if you haven't, it's about this family that moved into a haunted house and they filmed all the crazy stuff that happened. Now, I hate scary movies because, well, they're scary. So, you wouldn't catch me watching it, but I did see the trailer. The scene in the trailer is the husband and wife. They're sleeping in their bed, and all of a sudden, you see the comforter in the bottom corner of the bed lift up. The wife's leg gets yanked out by the ghost, and she gets dragged down the driveway. Now, Pat made the mistake of telling me that he was going to see this movie, and remember, we share a room. So, the next morning, I happen to wake up before him, and I see him peacefully sleeping, and I didn't like that. Right then, it was when I decided that I was going to make Pat feel like a movie star. So I opened the window, let in a cool breeze. It hit his leg. That's when I grabbed his leg, dragged it out of bed, and then crouched under the foot of the bed so he couldn't see me. Now, I've never seen somebody wake up so fast. He screamed like the wife in the movie. Yelled some profanity because he had no idea what was happening, jumped out of bed, and sprinted downstairs like Usain Bolt. I just played the perfect prank. I thought, this is where I screwed up. I was too busy laughing at the top of the stairs to realize the 6'4" Sasquatch was already halfway back up the stairs, ready to end my life. I tried locking myself in the bathroom, but by the time I went to shut the door, he had already got to me. Our bathroom wasn't huge, so I made the awesome move of jumping into the bathtub and using the shower curtain for a shield. I was fully clothed. Pat decided to turn on the water and soak me in the cold shower water. He kept me in there for a good minute. I think he yelled some more for me being absolutely hilarious. I don't really remember. I was fighting for my life in there. But then he finally left me alone. I was soaked and cold, but I wasn't defeated. And even after all that mental abuse I did to him on that day, 16 years later, he still asked me to be his best man. Okay. I gotta go sit down soon. Y'all probably tired of me yapping up here. So that's enough of Pat. Tonight's not all about him. Even I do have to talk about Ashley, even though it's gonna absolutely kill me. Ashley, you look absolutely stunning tonight. Pat, good work. Ashley, that was a one and done compliment for me. Cherish it. Look, the best way I can sum up how Ashley and I interact with each other is by sharing this quick story. And when I say quick, I mean it. I'm not the maid of honor. I'm the best man. So a couple of months ago, Ashley and I were driving by each other, and she did the very normal thing of cordially waving to me. I returned the gesture, but mine was a little bit different. I flipped her off. Honestly, it was for my own protection. I definitely thought she was going to do the same back to me because, well, our track record. But she unexpectedly took the high road. The next time we drove by each other, which was only about a week later, I was caught off guard, gave a simple wave, dumbass, and was greeted by the bird. I'm still mad at myself for letting my guard down, but I respect that from someone with such a short stature. Now, was that my best movie I could have shared, or best story I could have shared? Definitely not. I actually have a way better one. The problem is, it's absolutely foul. So to keep this classy, I'm not sharing that with all of you. But Ashley, I am sorry about what I did to your poor car. No detailer could ever fix that situation. All right, I gotta wrap this speech up. I gotta pee. I'm getting way too antsy standing up here, so I'd like to end with a toast. You guys know what to do with a toast, right? You raise your glasses, yeah? Good. Here's to Ashley and Pat. Here's to them tying the knot. Here's to a life filled with laughter and for building the life that you ought. I wish you the best. I bid you adieu. Cheers to the both of you, saying I do.
Wow. Woo! Let's hear it from Matt, everybody.
Also, Pat, it was a Camaro.
Where it began,
Thank you.
I can't begin to know it. But then
All right, folks, our bride and groom want to know who's got the funnest table so far tonight.